right, so today I am joined by my friend Aaron Hamilton. He's
Hello.
also my tattoo artist, and he's an amazing person, and he owns Sanctum Tattoos and Comics. Thank you for hanging out with me today.
Yeah, thanks for asking me to do this.
Of course, I was super stoked that you would do this and take some time out today. So I wanted to ask you. If you could talk a little bit about Sanctum, like how long you've been in the neighborhood and what kind of inspired you opening.
Um, well, I've been tattooing for 10, almost 15 years now, and my friend Wes and I were both huge comic book fans, and we've been talking about maybe opening a shop at some point. And it's just something I've always wanted to do. You know, I worked in comic shops when I was a kid, and he worked in comic shops when I first met him, between a comic shop and a tattoo shop. So we just put it all under one roof, and he and I opened it almost 4 years ago.
I cannot believe it's been 4 years.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I like time just passes the older I get. So before opening Sanctum, you had another shop that I actually visited, but what was the name of that shop?
I didn't actually own that shop. I just worked there.
Okay.
It's called Arrow Child.
Yeah.
And the guy that taught me how to tattoo actually owned that place. And when I opened Sanctum, he came over with me, so to keep the team together, sort of thing. And so it kind of just moved from there to Avondale from Southside.
And how long have you been tattooing for?
I started around 2005. I think, yeah, sometime in 2005. It's really fuzzy. It's a long time ago. So I know it's been 15 years.
And so, you having both a tattoo shop and a comic book store, how did those two things merge for you? And did your love of comic books inspire your career in being a tattoo artist?
I mean, it definitely has an influence. I love the art of comics, and it's such a broad genre that people don't really, you expect Captain America, Spider-Man, Batman, stuff like that, but there's so much more to it, and there's such a huge world, and the art is so varied and different that it's definitely an inspiration. You see something new anytime you open a book, and it makes me learn how to do that particular style of art, and that definitely rolls over into my tattoo life, and learning how to do different things in that profession as well.
Well, I know, like, just from being at your store, I've discovered some comic books because I'm sort of new to the genre of comic books, and there's just like so much out there, and you always have like such a great selection. So I want to thank you for being in the community and providing awesome services to us. What are you doing during this time of COVID? Like, how are you guys operating at Sanctum? Has it changed at all?
A little bit. We're not really taking walk-ins. We're doing appointment only for tattoos. We're limiting the number of people we have shopping in store for comics. And we're providing curbside and delivery if people want it for comics. But yeah, that's about it. Just being cautious, limiting the number of people in the building at a time. And it's actually been pretty good. We do pretty well with appointments already, and then with the comics, most of the people that buy regularly have subscriptions, or are pretty dedicated to me. So it's not been bad. We're pretty much back to normal.
So also it's comic convention season and everything's been canceled. How do you feel about that? Were you before going to any of like Comic Con or Dragon Con in Atlanta?
Yeah, Wes and I both love comic conventions, and I've been going steady for 20 plus years, to several different ones. And we went to the Chicago convention just before everything shut down, and
Oh, wow.
everything the convention started closing off. So we got to do a little bit for the year, but it is very strange to not have that happening. A lot of publishers are making up for it by announcing things and doing things online, having events online, but it's obviously not the same. Um, so we got our fix, but it's all just up in the air right now.
Yeah, it was really sad that Dragon Con for me personally wasn't going on. I haven't been in a couple years, but I've been wanting to like jump back in. I was like, wow, if this was going to be my year with my colleague Sydney, and it didn't happen. It's like all of 2020 just kind of went and fell. So, um, so are there? I love to ask this question. What brings you joy, as Marie Kondo would say? What brings you joy in life? And what are you like? How do you make time for it, especially now? And like, have you picked up any hobbies during COVID? And are you
No,
watching any new shows?
nah, I like to draw. I love my job because I'm drawing every day. I love comics, so again, with my job, it's great. Um, and I get to spend a lot of time with my family since we're not really going out in the world and doing things. We're cooped up together, but that's great. We get to hang out and play games and all that sort of stuff. I have an 11-year-old kid, and although he's going a little crazy from being stuck in the house, we're still, it's still nice to spend actual time together.
Like, are you from Birmingham?
Yes.
And you are from Birmingham. And so I hear that you had would you say it's a music venue or definitely not a club? Cave Nine.
Yeah, Cave Nine was something that I and a few other people started in 2003, and it functioned as a nonprofit music and arts program, and it was basically a place where we could have all ages shows, local bands, touring bands come and play for anyone to come and see it without there being a bar and things like that. So it was very friendly and open to kids and young teens and all that. And your partner Mike, he was a huge part of it. I'd say he probably booked the majority of shows that we had there, along with a handful of other people that really worked to make the place function and be open for people. But yeah, it was. I guess you can consider it a nonprofit because we lost money more than anything. But we provided a function for the community.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't live here during that time, but when I moved to the South from out west, I mean, the thing I heard about Birmingham was Cave Nine, and came down and went for a show one evening, like in my early 20s. And I'm sure you already know, but like the people who were involved with Cave Nine still like have a lasting memory of it and just the impact that it made on so many people's lives. And not to be super mushy, but you should be super stoked and proud of that.
Well, I'm really proud of I'm proud of what we did, but I'm more proud of the people I met and the people that I've seen from that scene, move on to be really great adults and cool people and accomplish a lot in the city. I feel like the venue is so well known because all the people that went to it are just very talkative now, and it gets around, but there's still that whole scene is still there. It's just that DIY punk rock movement is movement. So Cave Nine was great, and I'm really proud of it. But that sort of thing is still in town, and it's been happening before, and it's happening now, and fingers crossed it'll happen forever. But places like the Firehouse and the Forge before that, and things like that. I hope that we had a hand in helping that continue, but it's still here, and it's a lot to celebrate.
Absolutely. I keep telling Micah that we should open a hardcore museum with all of all of the things that he's collected over the years, the demos, the shirts, the posters, the
Got his
flyers.
line, doesn't he? The
Yes,
the
yes.
Alabama Punk Archive, is that what it's
Yes, he
called?
has the punk archives. We just now need to find like a really cheap old building and like make a museum that he thinks nobody will visit, but I feel like people will visit it, you know,
For sure.
because it's still alive. Another, I guess, a question that I want to ask you is, what are some of your favorite books? Do you have any that are been super influential on like your life's work or just like your life's passion?
Um, Books. I think when I was younger, I really loved a lot of stuff from Neil Gaiman and people like that, like early Vertigo comics stuff. Um, I've always loved like fantasy and sci-fi books. Read a lot of Arthur C. Clarke when I was much smaller, and of course, Lord of the Rings and things like that. But I think just for the person I am now, like the early '90s alternative comics are really what kind of influenced me and opened new doors for me and showed me a lot of cool stuff that I wouldn't have seen otherwise. They, depending on where you were at the time, the comics you could get would inform you about not only the story they're trying to tell, but like LA punk rock, and things like that. You explore other music, other communities, and all sorts of stuff, just depending on what you got into. So I think that sort of stuff has been really influential.
What do you think about the new Batman trailer?
It looks good. I don't know. Nolan did really well with the Batman movies before, and you worry with every new thing that it's going to be cheesy or dumb, and it looks really good. It looks pretty interesting. I finally just saw The Lighthouse with that guy. What's his name?
Oh, Patterson. No, not Patterson. I'm thinking of the author.
Pattinson?
Twilight guy, yes. Pattinson.
And he's a really good actor, so
He
it
is.
looks like it's fun.
Yeah, it looks fun. For me, I mean, I loved Michael Keaton as Batman. Like, he will forever be Batman for me. Like, I loved those 90s Batman movies and, like, Danny DeVito as, like, the Penguin. So I've just been kind of like, ooh, about all of the Batmans since then. I'm like, it's hit or miss. I mean, as long as it's entertaining.
It definitely looks more gritty and semi-realistic, so that'll be cool. Jeffrey Wright as Commissioner Gordon looks awesome. Colin Farrell as the Penguin looks insane, so that'll be pretty cool.
So I did not know this, but apparently you can order comics ahead of them being released at your store, and even ones that have been released previously. How would people do that? Do they just call in and do they just talk to you?
Yeah, you can call or stop by the shop or email us. All that info is on our website. We also have an online store on our site that we put together. Wes actually spent a lot of time putting all the stuff into the store during quarantine when everything was shut down. So a lot of stuff's available there. And, if you want to get a regular monthly comic, we do a pull list where, you give us a list of what you want if it's a regular monthly title. And as it comes out, we put it aside for you so you don't miss an issue. You can pick that up anytime. And then, if you've seen something you're interested in, you can reach out to us and we'll see if we can get it.
You can order shirts too with designs. I didn't see this until today. You have shirts there that have your own design on them?
Yeah, we have, so in store, and we make the web shop right now too. We have a couple of t-shirt designs that are done by comic artists that we like. We have one from Farrell Dalrymple, Alexis Zarit, and Chris Matthews. I don't know, he goes by Canker online. But so we have those, and then we also have a threadless shop where you can get t-shirts like to order, so we don't have to order in bulk. You can go there for a few other designs that we did.
That's awesome. I want to thank you for your time today and
Mhm.
for hanging out with me virtually. And it's good to catch up with you. And hope you have a good day and everything. And what I guess people can find you on the website as well as
Yeah,
stopping on in.
sanctumtattoosandcomics.com. And yeah, you can learn everything you need to know right there.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Erin.
Yeah, thank you.
Have a wonderful day.
Bye.